Hey guys, what is going on? I'd like to sit here and bring you through the Famicom Disk System version of Metroid. Here's this. Here's this. It basically gives the title of Metroid, the date, description, and, well, when I say description, basic description of the game Metroid. Let's get into this. Okay, so first things first. If you're new here, welcome. Have a seat. Let's go through this together. Metroid is basically one of my favorite Nintendo franchises. I do know that, I do know that a lot of people just hate the game, for whatever reason. And when I say hate the game, I mean like the game as a whole, like the whole franchise, first things first, if you're new here, again, welcome. What was I gonna say? I kind of forgot what I was gonna sit here and say. Go figure. Can I buy a vowel? Maybe use a lifeline? Find a friend? Help, please? Help me remember? Okay, well, okay. Yes, I guess. Anyways, unlike the American version, the original Japanese Famicom Disk System actually has some files, as you can see. You got, like Zelda, 3 files. You've got your create the character's name, kill, which is delete. I tried going for Samus in Japanese, but there's just a few symbols that look familiar when I actually look it up, and none of them look similar here. Anyways, let's get into this. Load screen. Yes, load screens back in the 80s. I do enjoy the extra beeps, bloops, and whatevers. Let's see. This way's up here. So, a little bit, if you're new here, a little bit, is about me and Metroid. Is first, in this room here, I usually like to sit here and just stay for a couple seconds until those ground enemies sit here and come and pass by me. Then just sit there and kill them. Of course, I like to sit here and just kind of, take care of these enemies, just to see if they do a health drop. But anyways, me and Metroid. I've always been a fan of the game, growing up, even though I never completed Metroid 1 and 2. I have completed the game, since then. You know, as of like last year, I believe, for the first time. Basically used a video guide from a video guide, just, you know, just to sit here and help me out. You know, because I really wanted to complete Metroid 1. As I am bouncing around, if you couldn't tell from the top, I am using the Nintendo branded NES controller. Anyways. Anywho. Yes, I used a video guide, basically, to help me get through it. Because, like I said, I really wanted to complete Metroid 1 here. You know, let's see if I can survive. Yeah, as I'm climbing, I am going to take the time to kill some enemies as I'm climbing, just to get some energy. Anyways, I still haven't completed Metroid 2 for the Game Boy. I'm kind of thinking I might, you know, try to do Metroid 2, you know, with the same channel, just kind of, you know, not only just get through it, but like so that I can, you know, get through it and, you know, to the point where I'm comfortable getting through it all the way through, just to sit here and get through it. There we go. You know, so that I can get through it and get through it comfortably. I did play and get through the Game Boy, the 3DS, the 3DS remake. Yet to sit here and find out. Ooh, that was nice. Yet to sit here and find out how exactly I can sit here and hook up a 3DS to sit here and, you know, for capturing. Otherwise, I'd sit here and do it and get done. Anywho, if I do remember what exactly I was going to say. I want to get these guys out, because these guys, they're Ryu's, I don't know why, but they like, you know, sticking to me. Excellent. I was hoping for just one missile thing. Another missile. So in The Legend of Zelda, Minish Cap was talking about how Zelda would sit here and literally be, with this, with Mario and all, how, sequel was announced. A sequel was announced way before the movie was released. And how I was talking about how I think Zelda would be better suited as a TV series. Specifically, if Netflix didn't sit there and, shove in whatever bullshit and kept Zelda as Zelda with the animation of Castlevania, Castlevania series, and basically how it should be, the first season could and should be taking place after Skyward Sword, with Link, Zelda, and Ganon's first appearance kind of thing. I think that would be a suitable first season kind of thing. Goody. I was talking about how I think that Metroid, how I feel Metroid would be better suited in the movie industry, as a movie, how I see, because like I said, with Zelda, you have to pay off the fans first, because if you basically change everything up, just like Zelda, don't be sitting here putting whatever bullshit in. Don't be putting whatever bullshit in, and just let the Metroid movie be Metroid movie. Going to get the long beam now. Anyways, just first off, you gotta pay off the fans. If the fans aren't happy, then you're basically going to be screwed. Trying not to swear here, but basically you're going to be fucked fast if the fans are not happy. There we go. So you gotta sit here and pay off. You really need to pay off the fans. So thinking both from the point of a fan of Metroid. Seeing this from looking at it from three different ways. Okay, I'm looking at this basically at three different ways. Okay, first and foremost, from fan point of view. Secondly, from a, I'm assuming, movie industry executive. And thirdly, from the point of view of Nintendo. Okay? So, as a fan, want to sit here and have basically gotta have the story of Samus be told right. You have to get Samus just right. Okay? As Nintendo, this is a Nintendo property. Therefore, you're gonna have, this is a Nintendo property. You want to sit here and put, the games, continue the games, on your platform and sell it. As a movie industry person, I'm not a movie industry person. I'm just saying this is, from the viewpoint of a movie industry person. You want to sit there and bring in, you're doing a movie, you want to bring in as many people as possible. Even people who are not video gamers or, fans, let's say, fans of Metroid, you want to sit here and basically have asses in seats. Okay? You want to get asses in the seat so that you can sit there and make money. You want to sit here and get asses in seats so that your movie company can sit here and make money. Okay? So, being, like I said, being there, or there being three different entities, okay? There, in my opinion, there is one path that can at least, there is one path that literally can satisfy, that basically can satisfy all three heads of this Hydra. Okay? Basically all three heads would be satisfied. And like I said, there's only one path. There's literally only one path that I can see the Metroid franchise being, a great movie. And that is to literally follow the first, at least the first manga, at least the first Metroid manga, where it follows Samus's parents, her mother and father, basically. It follows her parents basically on the planet doing their jobs, or let's say getting their jobs, the jobs that they had obviously in the manga, because okay, now let me just sidestep here. Okay, if you haven't seen or don't know about this, there is a Metroid manga that was released in just Japan only, Metroid manga. Nice is that somebody actually acquired and literally took all the time to not only get the manga, which was all in Japanese, but to bring it, scan it, and translate it all so that more people can enjoy it. And even though that the manga is a Japan-only item, probably, but I'll just say Japan-only item, it is basically something that, the Metroid community says, yes, it's canon. Mainly because, I think the manga came out. I think the manga came out roughly about when Metroid Zero Mission came out. So, about when Metroid Zero Mission came about, so it, it basically, like I said, even though that wasn't released in America or in English-speaking countries, it is all considered, basically canon. Anywho, the manga basically, I believe goes up, I think the 3-issue manga basically goes up to, up to the start of Metroid Zero Mission. So this is why I was saying, with movie, basically, now I think I've read the manga, and it's just been so long since I basically can't remember if, what name, what planet name, that Samus's parents were on, and was born on. But I know that she calls Zeb's, this planet here, Zeb's, home, because, well, after what happened, that yes, she was adopted by the Chozo. And she was adopted by the Chozo, granted her suit, but basically what I'm getting at is, what I'm saying basically is, the movie basically, the Metroid movie should start out as like Samus's parents, you know, going to this planet. Let me just quickly move. Oh. And there goes the Super Nintendo controller because I moved 8-bit Link. Screw it. It's not going to bother anybody. Or it's not going to bother anything. And I'm going to sit here and leave it. Anyways, basically, Samus's parents basically separately going to the planet that she was going to. Really? That Samus's parent. What? Okay, I'm really fumbling this sentence. Let me restart. Where it basically opens up with no bullshit. Again, no bullshit. But it basically sits there and opens up with Samus's parents basically going to... Fuck it. I'm having way too... what do you call it? Anyways, that her parents separately are going to the planet that Samus was born on. Well, and so basically, it basically shows as, you know, the movie basically goes along as you know, Samus's parents get to know each other. He just quickly gets to know each other, that they fall in love, and that they fall in love and eventually get married, and eventually Samus's mother gets pregnant. She gets pregnant, and with her getting pregnant, again, paying off the fans. Again, like, well, before I say this, well, actually, no, yeah, lead into, again, paying off the fans. Like, during the movie, as two of them are, let's say, as her parents are going through a market, they stop by, you know, a shop that they normally frequent, and the guy has a radio, and on the radio is playing, let's say, Traverse Bog, Submerged from Metroid Prime 2. And with that, her parents, her dad sits there and says, he says something like, "Oh, you're still into that kind of music?" And the guy says, "Hey," he's like, "Yeah, actually, this is from the guy that I was telling you about." And he basically he basically sits there and name drops the composer of Metroid Prime 2. You know, and or like with or like during the movie, there's a scene of, let's say, of her parents, as they're, you know, dating, they sit there and they're going through like a forest area, and the music that's playing there is Super Metroid's Overgrowth with vegetation. which is, I believe it also goes by Brinstar. The first green area that you go through in Super Metroid, making your way to Spore Spawn and Kraid. You know, her mother gets not her mother, Samus's mother. She gets pregnant, and she's about to sit there and give birth. And with her going into labor, as she's going into labor, then the music of theme of Samus Aran starts playing. And you're as she's trying to give birth, her dad, the dad's there, Samus's dad's there, and with that, you can do this. You're doing good, honey. Doing good. You can keep this up. As a husband, as a husband should be supportive, during it. Sit there and show as he's being supportive. Eventually, she gives birth to Samus. Obviously don't see everything, but as the doctor sits there and gets Samus, cuts the cord, what you do see is the doctor, after Samus is wrapped up, you see, all you see is just the doctor handing the mom Samus as a baby, and as he does that, Samus's fanfare comes up. Again, you're sitting here paying off the fans, and that's the thing too, is, like I said, you really need to pay off the fans, both with the little things, as you do with the large things. Okay. Think of the Mario movie. Okay. Take the Mario movie for instance. How many? Yes, there was essentially not really a plot. There was a flimsy plot to it at most, at best. Yet, how many little nods was there in the Mario movie, from the full-bodied Tanuki suit to Princess Peach's castle music. Hell, even Bowser wanting to marry Peach. Even Bowser wanting to marry Peach. That is from Mario Odyssey. Which came out, which came out 2018, 2019? Point being is that, any like, any person who's like a huge Mario fan would sit there and tell you, would probably be mentioning about how, basically of how great a lot of the basically the little references in the Mario movie was. And that's what I was saying, like, you need, first off, with the Metroid movie, you need to basically have, you know, a good, like, solid plot. You need to basically have a really good plot, really good solid plot you need. Of course, I mean, with, you know, with, come on. I think now. There we go. And I mean, of course, with this, after Samus, of course, after Samus, you know, or after her mom gives birth, you know, obviously names her Samus Aran. Obviously you sit there and take that, you asshole. With that, you kind of, you know, you sit there and you basically kind of, not graze, but like you sit there and do like a, not like a time skip, but like a showing, you know, the first like year or 2 or 3 of Samus and her parents. You eventually see the Chozo coming by, you know, literally at one point, when I think Samus was 3, about, and this is basing it off of the ending of basing it off of Zero Mission is what I'm trying to come up with. I'm sorry, but yeah, this is basing it off of Zero Mission. Okay. The end credits. That she probably was about 3 when everything happened, but you know, you get to when she's 3 and 3 or 4, and with that you see the Chozo, you see let's say Quiet Robe and Old Bird, you know, stopping on the planet. There we go. You see Quiet Robe and Old Bird basically stopping by the planet. You see them interacting with the inhabitants, this and that. Well, it's at this point, let's say, you know, after they leave, you know, let's say 2 months after they leave, they sit there and they look up, or not look up. The planet's inhabitants start to see, you know, all these ships just coming in, and as they're coming in, there is a musical tune that is starting, which is Magmore Caverns / yeah, I would say Magmore Caverns, and / yeah, I think it's Norfair. Nah. From like Super Metroid. I'm trying to sit here and actually. I think it is Ridley's Lair, maybe. Either way, I would just say like an updated Magmore Caverns. You probably know exactly what tune I'm sitting here talking about. But you sit there and you start, you know, the music kicks in with that when the ships are coming, you know, are entering the atmosphere. And it is until it's at one point, at this point, as they're like wondering about these ships, that's when the music at one point changes as Ridley appears, and it would be there that I would be saying, or I'm saying that Meta Ridley's theme starts playing. And I mean, and obviously, this would be the point when Ridley and them are basically Ridley and the pirates are sitting there, literally destroying everything, kills Samus's parents, and all. Ridley talks to Samus in the manga, and I personally would say that I think that would be a great like addition to the movie. Literally an addition to the movie. You know, with Ridley psychically sitting here and talking to Samus. The way that he talked to her in the manga, in this like psychic, you know, telepathic way. at one point, Ridley in the manga, obviously kind of following the manga, Ridley thinks he kills her. He didn't. And eventually the Chozo, Old Bird, and Quiet Robe come back, and they see the destruction, know that was the space pirates, feel bad, see that Samus is alive, and basically take her, and basically adopt her. And with them taking Samus, that basically would end the movie. Now, when it comes to the credits, there would be, in my opinion, there would and should be two things. There would and should be two things. First and foremost, there would be Damn it. Damn it, can I save it? Can I save it? Can I save it? I saved it. I saved it. I saved it. I need energy. Anyways. Damn it, damn it, damn it. Oh, God, okay, there we go. Anyways, credit scene. Metroid, at this point, the credit scene literally needs two things. Okay. The credits literally just need two things. Okay, count. 1, 2. Okay. What it needs, number one, what it needs is hang on. I need total concentration. just give me a few seconds. I got 25 health, and I need to focus. Not dead yet. Nope. Okay, two things. If I can actually get this thought out. What it should entail. Oh yeah, these guys. Come on. Two things. What it needs is A, the credit scene should have what it needs is what the end credits needs. First things first is I can kind of breathe. The first thing it needs is music, a particular set of music. Two sets of music, which is that I would think would suit the one set of music that I would see would suit the movie would be the very first Metroid end credit, if I can keep my eyes on the screen. The very first Metroid end credits scene or music. That's the first type. That's the first an orchestrated. The end theme orchestrated, and then let's say towards the end, literally having a crisp, clear, clear 8-bit version, the 8-bit version, which is, like I said, touched up to sounding great. A nice updated 8-bit, the 8-bit version of it, of the end credits theme, and then as the end credits theme, the 8-bit end credit theme is starting to swell back up. It's combined with the orchestrated version of the 8-bit orchestrated version. And then I could, you know, and then, you know, what happens is after this particular, after the end theme, the Metroid 1 end theme is done, then what happens is, which is the second thing, a mid-credit scene. Well, the Dark Link 7, isn't that kind of like what Marvel did? Yes, but better. Because here's where you're paying off the fans yet again. Okay? Paying off the fans again. With this scene. You jump in, you literally jump in to, what you do is you literally jump in to Samus literally sitting there doing something to a wall, and then her getting done, and she basically turns around. When she turns around, she starts going back, and you basically in the Chozo language, you literally see Old Bird and Ravenbeak, again paying off the fans. You see Old Bird and Ravenbeak, and you see Ravenbeak literally yelling again in Chozo. You see and hear him yelling at Old Bird, and it basically the scene ends. The scene ends with basically with Old Robe sitting there taking the hand of Samus, and literally with it literally goes, you know, fades to black, like the one scene from Zero Mission. Again, pay off the fans, and they'll sit there and, you know, you pay off the fans, very great, and everything would and will work out for the Metroid franchise. And this is where, like, I was, you know, why I was bringing up this is why I was bringing up, like, the manga, because after that second movie, basically, you know, the second movie basically followed the manga a little more with excuse me, sorry about that. I am going to pause this to sit here and feed Johnny, my cat. So if you would excuse me, to sit here and do that, I'm going to pause both this and yeah. Okay, Johnny fed. Anyways, it's why I feel if you sit there and you set up Metroid movie, okay? Crap. It's why I feel if you sit there and set up the Metroid movie like that, where it focuses on her parents. It basically focuses up to Samus getting up to Samus being born, and literally up to with the movie ending. With the movie ending. With the movie ending with Samus's parents' death and the Chozo adopting her. Okay. It's why I feel if you set it up like that, it's why I feel that you're gonna sit here and satisfy all three heads of the Hydra. You're gonna sit there and satisfy the fans because it's lore, it's Metroid lore that you're respecting. And I mean, obviously during the movie, you can have a bunch of other references, for instance, the father gets a text message or something, and it's the sound effect of it's NES Metroid's bomb sound effect, or when they're in the market and they buy something, what do you call it, the cash register, the register makes a noise, and it's let's say there we go. The cash register makes a noise, and it's this screw attack, the NES screw attack or something, or let's say the wave beam from Metroid Prime, where you see what I'm saying? Again, sit there and basically have these different references, and this is why I was saying if you do all that, you should be able to sit there. You literally should be able to sit there and you should be able to sit there and satisfy all three heads of the Hydra. You should be able to sit there and satisfy all of the Metroid fans, because again, it's lore. You're respecting the Metroid lore. You're satisfying Nintendo because you're showing respect to one of their products. You're showing respect. You're showing respect to one of their products, and you're satisfying the movie execs, because you're doing something. You're doing a movie where it's available and showing. It's available and bringing in a whole bunch of other people who probably have never played Metroid. and that's why that's why I do think that it's why I think that if you set it up like that, that and second, obviously the second Metroid movie, you'd sit there and, let's say, call Zeps. You'd call it Zeps. There we go. Anyways, the second movie you'd sit there and call, let's say, Zeps. You'd call it Zeps because, and you'd show, let's say, it would be Samus sitting there, it would be Samus sitting there growing up on planet Zeps. Okay? She's growing up on planet Zeps, you see, because, again, you're pulling from the Metroid manga, where, again, you're pulling from the Metroid manga, and you're pulling from Metroid Dread, where you see that she sits there and receives some of the Chozo's blood as a transfusion so that she can sit there and survive the harsh train. And you see that they're training her, and you literally see, because it's in the manga, and because you're sitting there showing respect to the manga and to the lore and the Metroid franchise, you literally see Samus training under, you see Samus being trained by Mother Brain, again, part of the lore, part of showing respect, to everything. It is until the third movie, okay? Third movie, you'd sit there and you'd see, okay, how the third movie should be set up is it basically shows Samus. It basically goes with Samus joining the Galactic Federation, and it shows, obviously whenever Samus talks, I wouldn't have a problem. Let me just cover this, okay? Let me just sit here and cover this. I would not have a problem, personally. I would not have a problem with Samus talking if it was done in the way of, let's say, Metroid Dread, okay? The thing is no, I've often thought it would be nice if Samus talked. Yes, she's a silent protagonist, but that's the thing too, is if Samus talked, if she talked, it would have to be, it literally would have to be, it literally would have, in my eyes, it literally would have to be, it literally would have to be in the way of Metroid Dread, where she is, where her speaking is literally in Chozo. You know, she's speaking Chozo. That is exactly how I would, where, like, you know, when she does talk, she, like, you know the expression, he's a man of few words. It's how I kind of feel Samus is like, okay? That she's a woman of few words, that, like, when she does, again, referencing Metroid Dread here, where, you know, when she's talking to, I'm forgetting the Chozo there, but when she's talking to the one Chozo, and he's telling her about, you know, about Ravenbeak, what does she say? She only says, I will end this once and for all, in Chozo, in the Chozo language. Okay? Again, she's a woman of few words. You know, and sorry, I'm kind of fully concentrating it. Anyways, you know, yeah, she's a woman of few words, you know, and like most of her actions, like her, you know, body language actions, can, you know, is telegraphed. Again, pointing to. Let me sit here and point to Metroid Prime 2. Or no, actually, 2? No. Yes, 2. Metroid Prime, okay, yes, Prime 2. Okay. Prime 2. When she first meets Umas. Okay? Think about how she's like. Think about her position. Think about her position. And think about her body language. And all. Okay? How is she like? She has her gun up cautiously. She's not shooting Umas, but she's holding up her she's basically holding up her she's basically holding up her gun arm at him, to Umas, okay? And once Umas is sitting here explaining, when he's sitting here explaining, okay, as he's sitting here explaining, her body language, you know, her stance becomes a little bit more relaxed. She still has her free arm on her cannon, but her arm cannon is basically pointed down. You know, still cautious. She's still cautious. She's willing to sit there and continue listening, but she's sitting there like, okay, you know, it's like her body language is saying, okay, I will listen to you, but if I need to, I'm still ready, you know? It's one of the reasons why, it's one of the reasons It's one of the reasons why I'm not a big fan of Other M, okay? As much shit as I give Metroid Other M, it's one of the things that I'm annoyed about, okay? It's because of how the whole time, like, okay, let me compare the two. I'm gonna sit here and compare the two. Metroid Dread and Other M, okay? With Samus's body language, okay? Gonna sit here and ignore the script totally, okay? Samus's body language through the whole thing, through Metroid Other M, was extremely off. Like, it just never felt right to me. Okay? However, even okay, again, script aside. Like, when I say script aside, I just mean, like, you know, if I include the script, if I do include the actual, like, words, if I'm actually including the words, then I'm gonna be talking about this way longer than what I want, okay? So when I say script, I just mean like actual words that are being spoken, okay? Script aside, okay? Even her, like, body language, when she talks is off, okay? To compare compare the two. To sit there and compare the two. When Samus speaks in Metroid Dread and when Samus speaks in Metroid Other M, okay? Her whole body language is just completely off, okay? Where when she's talking in Metroid Other M, she basically has this relaxed kind of like you know, like here, like right now, you know, where like I'm just, you know, sitting here talking, you know, it's like nothing's really going on. Even when stuff is going on, her body language is still that, like, relaxed, you know, that, like, relaxed, oh, I'm just here, yeah, stuff is going on, you know, that, like, her body language there is like that, okay? That, you know, that's what I mean by, like, her body language is just relaxed. It's just so relaxed. Versus her body language in Metroid Dread. I'm forgetting the Chozo that she was talking about, but when she says, "I will finish this once and for all," when the Chozo that she's talking to, it's been a while since I've played Dread. I might, for October, I might sit there and revisit, especially for you guys on Rumble. Anyways, when she says that to that particular Chozo, okay, that scene, her body language is more authoritative. You know, it's like she's like, you know, stuff is going down. shit is basically hitting the fan. Like, she has that, like, confident, you know, that, like, confident, not unfeeling, uncaring, but that, like, confident, like, militaristic kind of, like, stance to her, you know? She has that, like, confident, like, militaristic, like, I'm gonna finish this. Perfect, for instance, like, when you sit there and, okay, prime example, Bethesda and Doom 2016 and Doom Eternal. Okay, prime example. Okay, when there's a cutscene with him with Doomslayer in it. When there's a cutscene with Doomslayer in it, his stance, his body language exudes that, like, I'm here, I'm gonna take care of this, I will do this. Metroid Other M versus all the other Metroids has that, like, almost that, like, I'm a dainty girl kind of thing. You know, and this is versus Samus in any other Metroid game. There we go. Fine. I am gonna pause this. I do need to. Sorry about that. Today's just one of those days where today's just one of those days for me. Hey, I did it! Didn't need to bomb up. Anyways, today's just one of those days. I have a little bit of water, and it freaking goes through me like a straw. Anywho. It's why, it is why when especially with when they do, like, the second and third, obviously the second movie would basically be Samus, going, actually no, the second movie would be Samus growing up on Zeb's, or Zebeth, however you want to sit there and pronounce it. Anyways, it would be her sitting there growing up, getting the Chozo transfusion so that she could sit there and, so that she can sit there and survive the harsh environment. Her getting the power suit, her training under Mother Brain, because again, you'd be sitting there, pulling from the manga and pulling from the, this and that of the lore. And then how I would do the third story would be Samus going about with the Federation, and then at the end of the movie, literally sit there and you know, her at one point leaving the Federation to bounty hunt, and with that, she gets a call from the Federation. Hey, we need you to go in. We need you to go in. We need you to go into planet Zebeth, and you literally end the movie with you literally end the movie, the third movie, with her, you know, going, you know, starting, or at the starting point of Metroid. And yes, Metroid. You know, then you literally, you know, end the movie that way. Like I said, I have, like I said, okay, like I said, Metroid is my favorite franchise. Okay, it is, and it's why I was saying it needs, you know, if they're going to be doing a Metroid movie, they seriously need to, they literally need to sit here and they literally need to show it with a lot of respect. And if they're able to sit there and do, I'm sure if they are able to sit there and do that, if they're able to do it the way that I was saying this whole time, saying it up like that, they'll be able to sit there. And I mean, of course, when once they get to that, they're, you know, then it's just a matter of doing a movie in the timeline, within Metroid's timeline. This way's, again, you're keeping up and respecting, you know, respecting the lore, respecting the game, you know, and you're just, you know, you're respecting the lore, the game franchise, you're respecting Nintendo, you're respecting the fans, you know, and you're laying, you know, you're satisfying the, you're also satisfying the executives. Well, looks like I'm, by doing this in a way where you bring in more people and putting their asses in the seats, and you're also sitting here, and bringing more people, you know, into the world of Metroid. They're gonna sit there and want to watch YouTube videos. They're probably gonna want to sit there and say, hey, I want to play through this game, you know, and they're gonna sit there and want to they're also going to want to sit there and, track down copies of Metroid. And, play it. Play NES Metroid, play Famicom Metroid, play Metroid Prime, Metroid Prime 2, Metroid Prime 3, Super Metroid. You see what I'm saying? If you're able to bring people actually in, if you're able to sit there and if you're able to bring more people, especially like if you're able to bring in non-gamers and non-Metroid fans into the world, to have them sit there and have them, okay, so I'm only missing 3, I guess. If you're able to sit there and bring non-gamers in, into video games, and non-Metroid fans into the Metroid world, then you've done good. You've done perfectly. You've done it perfectly. I mean, of course, when they do, and they have like other movies where Samus is destroying, going up against enemies in this, basically, since her ship refills her, refills her E-tanks and her missiles, and that there are at least, in both 2D and 3D games, there are places where you can refill your energy and missiles. I'm sure they can sit there and have I'm sure that they can sit there and I'm sure that they can have make an excuse to have, like, these things in the movie where, like, she's going to these things to refill her energy tanks, or her refilling her energy tanks or missiles. I'm not really worried about my energy right now, just because of how as I've pointed out, in NES Metroid, I should say the American NES release of Metroid. When you're in Turian, you don't need to sit there and leave Turian. You don't need to leave Turian because the Metroids themselves, when they'll do, obviously they're only doing, they only do missile, and they only do energy, and the amount of energy they always drop, the minimum energy they always drop is like 20, and I think the max is like 30, 35, as well as the missiles. The missile where the max is like, I think the max is like 30. So I mean, it's why I was saying, it's why I was saying, you know, basically that why I had said, it's why I was, you know, I'm saying, you know, if you're going to be playing this for the first time, be mindful. You do not need to sit here, and you do not need to come back up here. You don't need to come back up here to grind for health and missiles. If you are going to be grinding for health and missiles, grind the Metroids, because they will sit there and provide you more. They'll provide more of the energy and see, like right there, 30. $60. Bounce should... Damn it, not high enough. Anyways, yeah. Like I said, dang it. Okay. But yeah, that's what I was saying. If you absolutely, like, I need health and ammo now, make sure that, like, if you're at Mother Brain, and you're running low on everything, then yes, you sit there and you sit there and save, at least save like 10 missiles. No. Come on, 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 come on. There you go. And nope. Anyways, thanks for watching me play Metroid for the Famicom disk system off my Switch. I hope that you guys were able to rest, relax, decompress, or whatever. If you guys were eating, drinking, or snacking on anything, I hope that tasted great. And until next time, guys, do please stay rested. And, well, as always, Samus, See you next mission. Take care. Enjoy the credits.
You